We start this edition of Jamaica Magazine for the first Wednesday in January with a quote. Consistency is better than hard work. Keep turning up and half the battle is won. As we set personal goals this new year and seek to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families and do business, remember, every step in the right direction counts, no matter how small. In today's show, discover the employment prospects available at the Ministry of Labour through the Labour Market Information System. Plus, explore an avenue for securing an education. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay tuned.
Parents, how do you think your children feel when they are beaten?
I feel so sad when my mother beats me.
It makes me feel so angry.
I feel embarrassed and I feel like you just don't care.
It has been proven that coercive parenting is directly linked to the aggression your children are displaying in schools. The National Parenting Support Commission is imploring you, parents, rethink your actions. Stop beating your children.
A message from the National Parenting Support Commission in collaboration with Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for improved safety and security in schools.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, January 3. The wage impasse between the government and rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force will be the topic of cabinet deliberation when it meets on Monday, January 8. The police have rejected a 6% increase in wages, which would be spread over 2 years. They have also sought the Prime Minister's intervention in the stalled negotiations with the Ministry of Finance. In a letter addressed to the Jamaica Police Federation Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said discussions on the issue had been ongoing with the Ministers of Finance and National Security. Mr. Holness said the matter, however, required a much broader discussion with the Cabinet due to the far-reaching implications of the issues to be discussed. While highlighting the police's integral role in providing security as a precursor for economic growth, the Prime Minister also pointed to the delicate state and stage of the island's economic recovery. He said present action would determine if the country stayed on the course of recovery, adding that it was in all parties' collective interest to ensure that recovery was maintained. National Security Minister Robert Montego has rejected the Jamaica Constabulary Force's initial report into the New Year's Day traffic pileup along the Palisadoes main road and given them until January 5 to resubmit a more comprehensive account. The Palisadoes Road leads to the Norman Manley International Airport, and the traffic congestion resulted in major flight delays and passengers missing flights. In response, Minister Montego called on Police Commissioner George Coelho to account for the conditions surrounding the issuing of the permit, policing plan for the event, and the steps that will be taken to hold someone accountable. But he says the report delivered today was inadequate and did not address his questions or clearly speak to a policing plan for the event. While insisting that someone must be held responsible, the Security Minister acknowledged that based on reports from the public, police personnel on the ground displayed the utmost professionalism and courtesy and cannot be held solely responsible. And in response to the traffic gridlock, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the KSAMC, has suspended amusement licenses for events along the Palisadoes main road. In a statement Tuesday, Kingston's Mayor Delroy Williams said the suspension of permits was a short-term decision. Meetings will be held with ministries and agencies to determine a medium to long-term position. The KSAMC says the traffic buildup was due to a breakdown in enforcement, pointing out that the corporation's permit for a party to be held along the roadway was issued under strict instructions. The municipal corporation says 2 inspections were carried out at the venue, following which it was agreed that provisions were to be made for parking at the venue and that at no time should the main road be used for parking. The corporation says that at the time of the issuing of the permit, which was also approved by the police, it was satisfied that adequate parking arrangements were made between the airport and the promoter. The corporation has apologized for the tremendous inconvenience caused to visitors, airlines and airport personnel, and residents of Kingston and St. Andrew. In other news, persons served by the Southeast Regional Health Authority are now better able to access emergency care. This as 2 buses were retrofitted and customized into ambulances and turned over to the Princess Margaret Hospital and the Kingston and St. Andrew Health Services today. The ambulances, worth $15.8 million, are part of a drive to improve the authority's ambulance fleet and healthcare delivery.
Currently, we have a fleet of 16 ambulances. 8, of course, is in the shop for major repairs. For this year, we will be purchasing another 3 ambulances.
It's a perfect way to start 2018 because in the past we have had challenges between our health facilities and our hospital in moving patients back and forth, and also, you know, just to do the normal work of the hospital. So we are very, very happy about this.
And finally, Education Minister Senator Reid has hailed the late Ian Boyne as a patriotic Jamaican who will be missed by all. Minister Reid is among the latest group of persons to sign the condolence book for Mr. Boyne that's been mounted at the Jamaica Information Service. In an interview with JIS News following Tuesday's signing, Minister Reid remembered Boyne as a very bright, intelligent, deep thinker with whom he often had profound conversations.
He was a very affable person, very kind, very humane person, and we had a very good conversation. We spoke about the issues of Jamaica's morality and our social capital, and he was very passionate about uplifting Jamaica, making Jamaica a prosperous country where peace and love and order and discipline and good moral standards would be upheld.
Mr. Boyne died at age 60 on December 18 following a period of illness. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are not productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is connecting job seekers with employers through its Labour Market Information System. Find out more next.
Since 2001, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Labour Market Information System, LMIS, has provided a cost-effective way for employers to source and find suitable employees, as well as for job seekers to find employment. The LMIS has 3 components: the Labour Market Intelligence, LMI, the Skills Bank, and the Electronic Labour Exchange, ELE. These 3 components are interwoven to equip job seekers and employers to meet the demand of the labour market. The Labour Market Intelligence Department, LMI, collects labour market information and uses this information to determine trends and factors which influence the market. The department spearheaded the National Labour Market Survey 2017, which was tabled in Parliament by Honourable Minister Shahini Robinson. The survey identified 6 key findings.
1. Less than 1% of the workers in the participating firms were foreigners. 2. 80% of firms found it difficult to fill vacancies in their organizations. 3. Most firms were optimistic about their business prospects. 4. The hotel and restaurant services had the greatest opportunity for growth in the labor market. 5. Demand will be greatest for skilled workers in production and services with 72%. And 6. 10% of the firms employed persons with disabilities.
The survey is beneficial to policymakers, curriculum developers, students, job seekers, and employers who can use the information to assess imbalances in the labor market. Labor market intelligence is also utilized to better position the LMIS to meet the needs of clients. The Electronic Labor Exchange ELE is the core component of the LMIS. It's a critical tool for linking job seekers with employers where the in-office services are enhanced by an online portal.
Persons can go and register on or offline. They can create their resume and post their qualifications. And we match those skill sets with jobs that are already posted by employers.
What we do is to do preparatory work in terms of getting individuals ready for the world of work. And these are done through our employability skills sessions. And these are done effectively to allow for the individual person to be ready to go into an organization and display the relevant soft skills that we want in order to have productivity.
It showed me that it doesn't matter what happened in the office or what is going to happen where you go. There's always help and strength there. You should just take the good from it and leave the bad where it is. Without the program, I would have never gotten that training.
Since its launch, the LMIS website has attracted more than 14,000 job seekers and over 1,000 employers, earning their trust and becoming a national employment portal.
We have been partnering with the Ministry of Labour to have interns coming in and joining our team for 3-month periods. What they have been able to do is to come in and to create a steady pipeline for us of talent that we have been able to infuse into the workspace and to be able to fill our entry-level roles. The experience has been a good one for us. We've been able to find talent that we can transition into the organization, and most of them are still with us and doing very well.
I am very grateful for the program. When I left high school, I was in and out of jobs, and thanks to the ELE program, I'm here at the COK Sodality. I've been to 3 departments thus far, and I must say it has been a very good experience.
The LMIS is committed to serving Jamaica's labor force and has been building sustainable partnerships to enrich and increase access to the service.
The latest of which has been through the New Employment Opportunities Project, which the executing body is youth. And what that does is to allow for our individuals who are conducting our employability skills sessions to be trained in global standards as to how to do it. It also facilitates a development of a mobile app that would allow for individuals to be able to access our web portal.
In seeking to cement the public-private partnership, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Jamaica Library Service, with the Manchester Chamber of Commerce, and we intend to do that island-wide.
Through this MOU, job seekers are able to use both facilities to access the services of the ELE portal, effectively allowing the LMIS increased penetration across the island. To improve human capital and labor market outcomes for the poor, the ministry has partnered with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, to develop and implement an on-the-job pilot for 1,500 PATH program beneficiaries.
Through the Electronic Labor Exchange, we are targeting persons from these households between the ages of 17 to 25 for job placement. Now, before we place them in jobs, we want them to be able to function effectively in the labor market. We want them to be able to retain those jobs. And it is through retaining those jobs that we will truly break the intergenerational cycle of poverty.
The LMIS is grooming and empowering Jamaicans to achieve their fullest potential by utilizing labor market information, promoting the services of the ELE, and strengthening labor market opportunities through partnerships. The Labor Market Information System, providing easier access to employment opportunities.
children and we have rights. We have a right to be
protected, provided for, and included. Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me. I am under 13. I should not be working for a living. That is child labor. It is illegal. Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too. To learn more about children's rights, call or visit the offices of the Child Development Agency.
Along with the rights highlighted in the PSA you've just seen, children also have the right to an education. The government of Jamaica, with the Program for Advancement Through Health and Education PATH, is protecting the educational right of the most vulnerable children in society. Coming up, find out how one man used the PATH program to secure a better future for his children.
Nearly 10 years ago, Aaron Nation was in a predicament. He had 3 daughters in school for whom he had big dreams, but very little means to make them a reality. As a security guard, he was earning a minimum wage, and his wife was unable to work due to an illness. Even sending his girls to school and providing for his family's basic needs was a challenge. What was he to do? The answer came from a colleague.
I was introduced by one of my co-workers one night while we was at work, and she was telling me how she benefit with her 3 children. So I found it interesting, so the very next day I went to the office and applied, and they gave me a form and complete the form and take it back to the office with information on it. And then after that, one of the social workers visited the house to confirm the information that was given on the paper. And then I was being informed that I was being enrolled on the program.
What Aaron's co-worker introduced him to was the Program of Advancement Through Health and Education, PATH. It's a cash transfer program funded by the Government of Jamaica and the World Bank. Since 2002, PATH has been offering assistance to thousands of parents like Aaron.
It helped my children them throughout school, especially the lunch program was good for me, because all I need to give them was $300 each day to pay their fare and $100 to buy a drinks, because they get a meal every day.
With the monthly stipend PATH offered, plus the meals provided under the school feeding program, Aaron was empowered to ensure his girls never missed a day of school. He was finally able to put them on track for the bright future he dreamed of.
Compliance in attending school is a requirement of the PATH program. So if you do not attend school every day, the benefits are cut. You can lose them if the children are not attending school. So I believe that that is one positive contribution that it has made, where besides giving the assistance, that it has said that there must be compliance in school attendance.
Aaron's eldest daughter, Nicole, is grateful for PATH's support. She credits it with putting her well on the path to fulfilling her dreams of being a medical doctor. She's now an intern at the Spanish Town Hospital.
I began the PATH program when I was at Montego Community College. I was just starting college, and so my father received the monthly stipend to assist our household. The PATH program became a more fundamental part of my educational journey when, during my last year of medical school, I received a grant of $100,000 to help finance my tuition.
Nicole's sister Marielle, who is now a trained teacher, also got help from PATH towards her tertiary education.
As soon as she was 18 years old, I went back to the office, complete the forms. They gave me a grant of $50,000, so I used it to help pay the school fee at Sam Sharp Teachers College. And then in the final year, I saw one day in the newspaper when it came out that final year student would be granted $100,000. So I have 2 children who was on their final year.
Now, only one of the nation's sisters remains on the program at the secondary level. Just like the nation's sisters, PATH has enabled many students to shine from the primary to tertiary levels.
PATH students have excelled. There's a youth ambassador program in the PATH program, and 16 persons were awarded at a function we had recently, the Mona Visitors Lodge. And in those 16 youth ambassadors, I mean, that's such a positive story. There was one medical doctor, there was an attorney, linguists, teachers, persons who have truly excelled and who can speak of the benefits of the PATH program.
Nicole was one of those bestowed the prestigious title of Youth Ambassador.
Being a youth ambassador, it is a privilege, it is an honor. I view it as a critical role, especially in helping to move Jamaica forward. We're an inspiration, we're a motivation, we're there to drive students and say, hey, you can achieve not just a high school education, but also a tertiary education. We will be going to visit schools, we'll be on the devotionals, we'll be encouraging students, take the money, take the lunches, take whatever PATH provides for you and make it your own. Do your best in school, get an education, and the sky is the limit.
In addition to providing a monthly stipend, feeding young beneficiaries and providing school grants, PATH provides several other benefits for students and their parents.
We have the Steps to Work program, which is a program that allows the parents of the children to become gainfully engaged, whether in shops, setting up shops, rearing pigs, rearing chickens, so that they in time can come off. It's the graduation strategy to get people off of PATH, because of course you don't want people to remain on PATH for the rest of their lives.
Students also receive money for transportation to school, and those at the secondary level are able to sit 5 CSEC subjects free of cost, enabling them to meet the minimum qualifications for acceptance to university. And there are plans on the horizon for the monthly family stipend.
We have been looking at, and it's going to come through, increasing the benefits that we pay.
I would encourage any parents to try and don't let it go by, because it's a good program and it can really assist you through education. So if you're really serious about education, please stick to the thing, because it can work, because it works well for me. Not just well, but very, very well.
In addition to students, PATH beneficiaries include persons 60 years and over who don't receive a pension, persons with disabilities, pregnant and lactating women, and poor adults 18 to 59 years of age. If you need more information on the PATH program, contact the Ministry of Labour and Social Security at 922-9500-14 or visit their website mlss.gov.jm.
He has been here for about 6 months. He does general stock maintenance and ordering of the shelves. When he just started out, he was a bit shy and reserved, but over time he has become more outspoken, and he gets along well with his co-workers, and he does good work here.
It's a joy having Desmond here with us. I really appreciate NYS for sending him here. He has been a good worker. We had no problem with him. If somebody didn't say it, you didn't even know that he has a disability. Anywhere you sent him to work, he fits in himself, and we are very happy to have him.
My name is David Wickenham. I work at J&J Pharmacy on Barney Street.
Well, working with Davian, it has been a really great experience. Well, I'm an open-minded person, and when I heard that he was going to be here, I was like, if he's going to be reserved or outspoken, well, he's actually outspoken. If anything is needed to be done, we can call on Davian.
Thanks to the NYS for developing the empowerment program, for giving young people with disabilities a better chance in life, and I trust that they will continue this program.
Just to say, continue doing what you're doing, and God's richest blessing on the organization.
If you or someone you know has an intellectual disability, you can refer them to the National Youth Service, where our program fully caters to their personal and professional needs, where we will be sure to assist them in transitioning into the world of work.
The National Youth Service, empowering Jamaica's young people.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Original. January is Earthquake Awareness Month. Earthquakes can happen at any time. And though we cannot fully prepare for such an event, constructing better buildings can limit the damage caused by earthquakes and goes a far way in protecting lives. Here it is.
There are certain things that we want to think about when we're building. Don't build on big pillars. Stilts. Stilts are not good ideas. If you get an earthquake, it's going to shake the building. Equally, the buildings which start off in small and go larger above, they're not good ideas either, because again, you've got a large weight above that shakes from side to side. It accelerates effectively the effects of the earthquake. And the other thing is carports. Car parking spaces on the bottom of buildings are generally not good. If you look at earthquakes that have happened around the world, it's often those levels that collapse. Okay, and that's not good for your building. So there are certain simple things we can do in designing our buildings to make them more resistant. At the end of the day, after all, we don't want our buildings to fall down. We don't want to lose our buildings. If the building falls down, that's where people die. If we can stop the buildings falling down, minimize that, more people survive an earthquake.
My wish for Jamaica 2018, economic growth and lower crime rate.
Love. Just loving one another. As the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself.
More job creation for the young people.
Stop the killing and fix the potholes.
To have a prosperous here and for the crime to go down at an average level and for more prosperity and for us to live all good in love and harmony and so forth.
The people of Jamaica will, try to make Jamaica a better place in their own, in their own way, in their own life. I want a turnaround in Jamaica. I want to see things really turn around for Jamaica economically, educational wise, and even sports. So I wish for Jamaica to have a more powerful economy this year.
Love Jesus Christ above everything. That's it.
That's all the time we have for you today, but do join us again tomorrow on this station at the same time for another Jamaica magazine. Also, remember to visit our YouTube page to watch this and all the editions of the show. But don't just watch. Let us know what you think. Send us an email and visit our social media pages. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.